Still don't believe that they actually have Rasputin's left pinky. Ladies, gentlemen.
I forget what it's coming.
Wait, do it again.
Do it.
I wasn't here for it.
Do what again? We were having a whole conversation.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I meant the backflip you just did. That's what I meant.
I get camera shy for the backflips.
Okay, yeah.
God damn it, Jake. Ladies, gentlemen, and those not restricted by binary definitions of gender, welcome into the Gridge. I don't know about you all.
It's all of us together.
For some reason, this time feels like it's been way longer than 2 weeks in between episodes. I don't know why.
It's been like 12 years for me.
For you, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is that it's the first time Kayla's back. And we're inching closer to maybe advancing the plot.
That's true.
Someday,
I dead fucking bad bitch.
This story will be developed.
Wow, I'm glad I gave you all that backstory, Perry. Just
okay, and where is the rest of your party to enjoy the story we're going to weave?
That's true. The story
to be cloaked in the blanket from the threads of your tale.
Of my back.
So, last time we played, Bert, Cerberus, and Dorian were asked in the middle of the night by an elven ghost to help take back her ancestral home, which had been overtaken by evil forces centuries ago and haunted by them ever since. They routed this evil warlord from the ancestral home of House Varani, and in turn, Dorian was granted the secrets to some wood elven magic, and Cerberus and Bert got these cool horseshoes that when they planted them, these two skeletal war horses grew from the ground. I think
grassy,
I thought about
moss,
it. Yes, horses. They were coated in moss instead of fur. And I think when you look through instead of bone, it's like wood underneath it, like branches and roots kind of wrapped together.
Okay,
but for the sake of statistics, we will use skeletal warhorse
statistics.
So you guys have 2 horses to now pull your cart once again. These horses conveniently require no rest, food, or water.
Cool.
Which I just now am realizing the potential repercussions of.
Yeah, we could just travel overnight.
You can just go all the time.
Yeah.
Which is fine, frankly.
Sleep in the car like Dad's driving to.
No sleep for the skeleton.
Kayla, a interesting detail that continues to come up is that in the cart now you have a small, truly a dragon's hoard, and your dragon has been sort of curled up sleeping on it as if it is his little stuff.
Christopher.
Nepo baby dragon.
That's
his name.
Christopher.
That's his name this week.
Every week is going to be a new one. Yeah, Christopher.
Yeah. We're going to have to get this dragon off our horde, and we can't because he doesn't have a name he replies to.
That's true.
That's
That's
how
a
it
good
be
point.
sometimes when you don't name.
Is he even like big enough to like be in? I feel like he's like too big now to be in the cart.
He is well and truly a wormling now, so probably medium sized.
Okay.
That's gonna start becoming a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let's see. Medium dragon. So he is the size of all of you, except for Finian, who is tiny. Right? We don't have any shorties this time.
No.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay.
How many people are we like carrying in this wagon? Like a lot, right?
5
That's
party
nice,
members.
yeah.
A dragon. Columbo.
Your
and the
nephew.
intern.
Yeah, your nephew.
So effectively 8.
Ooh, wait, hold on. We have some spicy news.
Yeah.
We got an expose to drop here, which is that Perry made Kirog train his nephew last time.
He's not my nephew, first of all. That was the lie I told.
That was okay. That's right.
Well,
that has to be Bert's position. Bert definitely still thinks he's
Where it's like, oh, all that other stuff you told me, no, that can't be true. It's just your nephew.
You're not a fucking angel or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I think he did retain all that, but he's like, that guy is your nephew.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
We could sure.
So he's
I
He's
did hear
not a blood nephew, but
No,
he's a nephew.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
A work colleague's nepo baby.
Yeah, literally.
If you shorten that, it's got nephew.
That's what nephew stands for.
Yeah, that's what nepo baby is short for.
Nephew baby.
My nephew baby.
You all are traveling on the road, well, off the road to Damaram, but headed in that direction. After several days now traveling along the rivers, the mountains are upon you. Bert, you're nearly home.
Wow.
However, there is nowhere there is no more forest or river embankment or etc. for you to hide the cart in. The only way forward now is the main highway.
We are going in a city. So.
Yeah. So as you travel,
attack cities.
Right.
Historically,
yeah,
it's never been a problem.
No.
Damaram has never had a dragon problem.
We are going to have to deal with this at some point, huh?
Which one?
This is
Christopher?
The fact that we stole from a dragon.
Oh.
No.
That's probably not just going to go away.
We can just say it's his.
Once Christopher gets big enough, then they can fight, and we'll train Christopher.
Dragon fight.
Like that one movie.
Aragon?
No, how to train your dragon, obviously.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Jake, please.
You're right. That's the better choice.
I also did not get what movie Caleb meant for some reason. Even though
there's a couple dragon training movies, so
yeah, Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, right.
I don't know that that's with the goal of fighting.
Well, I don't know. Could be.
Anyways, you all are entering the mountains.
Oh.
You are coming in.
Let's go.
Conveniently, like from where the horse is.
Wow.
Let's go.
You walk in. You can see above you this huge cable running pretty much overhead of the highway. And every now and then there are offshoots from this cable that go to mountains surrounding you. These mountains you can see they're not like steps built into them, but you can see fields along the natural contours of the mountains. Alongside most of these fields, you see caves. If anyone wants to make a perception check to try and like see better, but really all you see are fields and farms and this main cable leading in. There is...
Sure, I'll perceive.
Okay, great. Yeah, make a perception check, Cerberus.
It's 11.
Okay, you have human eyes but elf ears, it seems. You just see with an 11, I think you can tell that these are entrances into the mountains, and there is something beyond your sight underground here also happening in these farms, because
Okay.
the amount of crops in these fields is not enough to support or justify having built like a sky rail system to transport them somewhere. As you get closer, we're going to do a couple things here. The first thing is I'm going to ask all of you one rumor that you have heard. It may be recently, it may not be, about Damaram. Bert, let's start with you. What's the hot goss?
I heard there's a real cutie waiting for me back at home.
Aw.
Stupid.
Wow. Love is dumb.
Wow. Wow.
Max, you are appropriately proud of that. How long have you been
Wife,
sitting on that one
God.
today?
Wife, God.
Since you said that, and I said, ooh, that would be funny. And then I
Yeah.
forgot to think of another one.
Very good. Kirog, what's your rumor?
I've heard that there are some very powerful people in Damaram trying to make some moves on like the, I don't know what they call it, like global or national scale, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. And lastly, Cerberus. What's a rumor you've heard?
Yeah, Columbo told me that I've a rumor from his personal experience that Damaram has like the best like vegan grilled cheese ever, and I've never had a grilled cheese before. So, Cerberus is very excited.
Kayla, show cat.
That rules. I love that, Cerberus. And with that out of the way, if anyone would like to make a history check to see what they know about this city. This is a well-known city in the world here. Bert, you may make this check with advantage since this is your home.
16.
Nice.
That hurt. I think I inhaled too much refrigerant. My head kind of hurts.
Yikes.
Damn.
Deep breaths.
My nose was like really in there.
Yeah, Kirog, with the 16, I think you know a decent amount. So I think we can kind of say this is probably one of the places of interest that you were briefed on before being assigned here. This is one of the main commerce hubs in Hrelf, the planet. Hrelf. I just sort of jammed letters together and then didn't think about pronouncing them, and then it's like, that's a stupid one. Overland travel is controlled through one bridge, which you can see kind of underneath the hanging portion of the city there. And sea travel, though you could go around the continents, the canal here, which is controlled by the dwarves, is much faster. So the economy is booming based off of, taxes, levies, etc., on all the goods that pass through here. The city was constructed inside this like hollowed out portion of the mountain. The mountain is still growing. It is a spot where two tectonic plates meet. So the kind of center portion of the city, uptown, that yellow part there, was constructed into what is the heart of the mountain that has been sort of carved out and is supported through arcane and sort of engineering means through this series of unbreakable mithril chains. The next neighborhood, the Banks, shown in blue here, is constantly being carved into the mountain and being carved away from the banks. So the houses here and the property is always getting pushed closer and closer and closer to the banks of the canal. And there is a whole union devoted to carving out new homes from the growing mountain and disassembling the old ones before they can endanger the canal. The city has since expanded further, especially in the last 100 years, onto what is called the slopes. That is a section in green there. The slopes is the only part of town that is not primarily dwarven architecture. This is your basic carpentry. There are wood frame houses. There are thatch roofs. There is, elven architecture, human, halfling, etc. All kind of scattered throughout here as people have immigrated to the city and had to make their own homes. I think another key thing here, Kirog, is that the city is ruled by a nonasil, a council of 9 votes. Each of the 6 unions has a representative in the nonasil, and the mayor's office holds 3 because everyone gets to vote for the mayor. So the extra votes they hold are meant to represent the people who do not hold union membership. I think with a 16, those are the kind of overarching notes you get. You were probably told at some point what each of the unions was and who the mayor was and all this stuff, but yeah, that's in one ear out the other. Is there?
I only rolled a 12, so I'm assuming that Kirog is saying all that, and I'm going, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, with a 12, I think you probably know less about the kind of history and political sway of Damaram and more about, oh yeah, I worked on this house, and oh yeah, over there I had a buddy who did all the cabinets in there, and we're trying to get a contract at this place over here.
So there's 6 unions, and then the mayor's office has 3 members of
3 votes.
3. Okay.
So it's a total of 9 votes.
But not 9 people.
Correct.
Okay.
The mayor just has, it's like I vote and it's 3.
The mayor is just better.
Yes.
First of all,
I understand.
Is there anything you all would like to do as you make your final approach to the city?
And so again, is that a cutaway view there? Like it is still from the outside, look like a conical mountain?
Approaching it is an entire mountain.
Yeah.
This is just for the convenience of there's shit inside the mountain and outside the mountain that I kind of wanted to illustrate.
Wait, so the city is in the mountain?
Yes.
Oh.
Except for those green parts, right?
Yes, the green parts are on the outside. The rest of it is inside.
I see.
Of note, the top of the mountain is this huge crystal that kind of refracts light inside. And there are a series of prisms and mirrors that are used to catch that light and almost make kind of an artificial day-night cycle within the mountain. So it is still very bright and airy in there.
There's a guild for that.
There is. The Sun Shepherds Union are in charge of maintaining and operating said discs.
Damn.
Yeah. As I said, anything you all want to ask, clarify, or do in or out of character before we get to Damaram?
Who's the mayor right now? Do we like the mayor? What's like Bert's take on the mayor?
So
do I know the current mayor, or like at least like know like while they've been in office?
Yeah, Bert. I think actually that there has been kind of a gap in the mayor's office lately. The former mayor passed away pretty soon before, or pretty close to when you left town. So people, the deputy mayor was operating in an interim position, but the town was gearing up for an election. So as you are coming into town, it is probably the middle of an election season. So
and then the fucking crime guy had said something about the new mayor.
The Mountain Breakers mentioned that there is one mayoral candidate they are not too keen on.
Because he wants to weaken the unions on the council or something.
Yes.
I take notes.
Here you go. Hell yeah. So yeah, that I will admit, that is the part of things I have to solidify a little bit more. But we will be getting into some fun politics vis-a-vis, mayoral races, who you might want to support, how things might shake out.
What's the thing in the top left corner that's covered up by the W shape?
It just says Visit Damaram.
Visit.
Because it's like a travel poster.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Oh, and we're on the skyline there. Okay, that's under the horse. Okay.
Yep. So you guys are kind of like following a highway that goes directly beneath the skyline there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys tried drinking beer? You should check it out sometime.
I'm trying not to, but I love that for you.
You were so brave recently.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I had a lot of beer. It's very upsetting.
Yes. Well, with that, you all make your way into town. You enter into the slopes. It is probably approaching late afternoon. I would estimate probably 3 or 4 o'clock ish as you're rolling into town. The streets are still wide, especially in the further portions out here. Your cart has no problem navigating, and you see many of the larger homes here have carts kind of parked in a covered section, evoking driveways, suburbs, etc. As you get closer and closer into town, things do get a bit more packed. You see carts in alleys, etc., and eventually you begin to see fewer and fewer of them and more side streets that are kind of foot traffic or single horse only. Bert, I believe we've spoken that you live in the slopes appropriately, having come from an immigrant family here. How close to the city do you actually live? And if you want to kind of describe your neighborhood and your house.
Okay. So I was laughing because I pictured Bert saying, immigrants, we get the job done. And then I pictured all of Hamilton being done by a heavy Chicago accent.
Yeah.
Tough.
Surprisingly not what it was like seeing in Chicago, I'll be honest.
They should have done that.
I know.
I was there. They should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the king.
A Chicago accent version of a French accent.
Yeah.
For Lafayette.
Why do I feel like that's just how you get like a Quebec accent?
Probably fucking French Canadians.
Get them.
Thank you to our French Canadian viewers for your patience.
Get out of here. No one wants you. They don't want you in Canada. They don't want you in France.
Fuck.
No.
Try your luck in Louisiana.
That's right. What did you ask me? Something about where I live?
Yeah. Tell us about your neighborhood and your house.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you get in from the slopes into the city?
There are a number of kind of entrance caves,
like tunnel cave kind of thing.
I think most of them are like either there are dedicated stairs leading down or they're closer to the base of the mountain, etc.
Okay, so I don't necessarily think that slopes versus banks. I don't think either one is necessarily better than the other in terms of like income or status or anything like that. Maybe it's nicer to kind of be in the banks, but it's got a gradient in there too. But I think within the slopes, it's better to be closer to the tunnels going into the city, kind of a thing. It's like, yeah, if you're lower on the mountain, you're further away from everything. And so I think
the way I kind of picture the slopes and the banks is a lot more of the non-dwarven residents.
Yeah, exactly.
Simply because it is a more hospitable environment
Exactly.
for them.
But right, the sort of heart of the city, it is kind of better or higher value real estate to be closer to those tunnels, to those entrances.
Yes, absolutely, and that is reflected in the housing prices.
Yeah, and so I think Bert's is decently close to those tunnels. He's near like one of the bigger ones headed in. Both because
he's rich.
Well, both because Magdalena has
dinks, baby.
Has needs to be able to get in there for work because she does work inside the mountain, and her family is sort of more established here. So it's like she needs to be able to get in, kind of thing. And I think the city's kind of exploded recently, so a lot more of the recent development is just towards the bottom of the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so he's been here for at least a full generation, so he's a little higher up on there. And also he's making his living from
Oh, absolutely.
carpentry. Yeah, so I think it's it's kind of like decent neighborhood there where it's like got sort of like full second generation kind of families, right, who are established enough to be able to afford places here or need to be able to go inside to work with one of the guilds inside of the.
Yeah. Here's a question I don't think we have, at least I have not asked until this point.
Yeah.
Where do Bert's parents live?
That's a great question.
You have parents? Holy shit.
I mean, most people do.
Not in D&D, they don't.
Well, we'll see if I think
killed
of that
both
answer
of mine
next
last
time.
time.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, but you had them. You had an answer.
Guess we'll have to kill Bert's parents.
No, I think it's funnier and better if they're around. I think they've got a house nearby.
Yeah.
They're probably, they're old at this point, but around. Bert's like 50 or something, whatever. So they're probably like 70, 80, whatever.
Yeah. Wait, Bert's like 50? What the fuck?
That is part of the charm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have a number? I picture him as being like 50, 51, something like that.
Huron is like also old.
I was gonna say we got some old guys.
Like that's part of the thing is like he is just a boomer dad kind of thing.
Right.
Or like Gen X dad, I guess. But
yeah.
Where the fuck is that? Maybe it's on my paper sheet.
She looks like she's about to throw up.
Well, careful. She might.
Threw up.
I know she might.
Could not be me. I shouldn't say that. That'll jinx it. But
Jared be like,
I think Jared died.
No, I think he's trying to find Dean to get a Costco card to go.
I did not write his age on the sheet.
He's gonna look for a part first.
Oh, okay. He did tell me he just to fully play without it.
He what?
He just said to fully play without him, so
wow.
Maybe not what expecting him. So you all begin to find your way up into the city. It does get more difficult for the cart to navigate. However, you are, it's not a especially busy time of day. So
is the dragon still inside the cart? Is that what we're doing?
You know what? I did ask a couple times, is there anything you guys want to do before you get into town? And he was not mentioned.
No, he's part of the crew.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
I hope you don't mind a dragon in your house.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
I think there's probably a small yard. I don't know if there's a yard large enough to. I mean, I guess it could fit the dragon, but not like comfortably.
I think there's like a little back garden type of vibe.
I mean, he's medium, so he's like as big as a person. So like obviously a person can fit back there. Yeah.
Right. I think the thing you're going to have more difficult time finding space for is the cart and 2 horses.
Yeah.
Kayla didn't see Cat when she was gone earlier. There we go.
No, Cat.
Bert, this is the first time you've been home in months. You know, you stepped away to lay low for a bit to learn some about yourself.
Oh, I just forgot my whole story hook of like, I did steal a book from a presumably rich guy, and I've not once considered the fact that there could be consequences for that now that I'm returning to the city where I did
now that you are back in the city, yes.
Wow. I was like, what a fun story for me to
I think the thing we had discussed was that
midlife crisis, Bert.
That is what this is.
Taking your leave to let some of that heat die down.
Okay.
And you did. My thought was you intended to be back sooner, but then you were trapped in a magic bubble for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then had to travel back here. So
I love how you're like, I don't want to bring heat back. I'm gonna steal from a dragon on the way home.
To be fair, Bert was pretty anti-heist for most of it.
Yeah.
That's okay. You didn't steal it alone. It's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna come down on everyone chilling in his house. So, you all get back. Bert, as you get closer and closer to home, what is running through your mind? And actually, I guess a good question to follow this up is your house the first place you go?
We don't really have another spot to go, and I want to go home. So I think I'm exerting influence in order to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I assume he is like fully welcome to like let everybody kind of stay, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, the more the merrier. No, I think he's excited. I think he's like, oh man, I hope it's I hope it's not leftovers. Hope it's fresh food on the table there. Oh boy.
Yeah. And you finally get home. Roll me a d20, please.
Oh shit.
No
modifiers. See if your wife still loves you.
Just straight up and down.
Wow.
Fuck!
Oh my god. What the hell?
Wow.
So you guys are always like, Kayla, you should try DMing, but aren't you glad I don't? Because this is what you.
You have done plenty of DMing.
That's you know what. You're right.
Got my ass.
That's an 8.
Okay. You get back, and the house is empty.
Okay. That's fair.
No one is home at this time, which is not unusual. Oftentimes, whether it is a weekday or a weekend, I will not pick a day on that. But, the work of the maintainers is such that sometimes something's got to come down quickly.
Mm-hmm. So
Magdalena is not home when you first arrive. How big is your house? Is everyone going to be able to stay here comfortably?
No.
Yeah.
What about the dragon?
Stay? Yes. Comfortably? No. Because I imagine there's like a master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 guest bedrooms. Like 2 extra.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that's like 4 people. And we got like 6.
Yeah.
Like so many people.
So like if people are on floors, then it'd be fine, I think.
Right.
And a dragon.
I would imagine you can fit the people you care about, meaning Cerberus and Columbo probably in a room.
Hey.
Hey. Kirog and Dorian probably sharing the other room, the other bed. Finian getting a little
okay,
dresser
I was
drawer
not counting
pulled out.
The fact that Finian is small. That's
and then the intern just crashing on a couch.
Oh yeah, give him.
Yeah, he
needs to learn.
So I guess ultimately yes.
Certainly, yes. Kirog's back can't handle that.
No.
Too old. Yes. So it's certainly cramped, but it is nothing you guys have not done before, and I think it is a welcome relief from traveling and being in a cart, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Some time passes, people settle in. Bert, in this first, couple hours, you don't know when your wife is going to be home. What do you do?
Do we have a fridge?
You have.
Or did someone attack it with a melee weapon?
Damn.
Very good.
Not even here.
You definitely have like a magical, like icebox kind of vibe.
Perfect.
Like permanently enchanted with some cold
good
magics.
stuff. And so I'm like, I guess I'm hosting then. And I'm cracking it open, seeing what we got in there. Seeing what I can rustle up for a lot of people.
Give me a survival check.
Oh no.
Give me a scavenger fridge check. In the house your wife has been living alone in for 3 months.
No. 4.
Oh.
You come back with half a tray of lasagna. It's not bad, but it is of indeterminate age. As well as a handful of weird like double IPAs and import craft beers that you recognize from before you left as the shit friends have brought over and kind of left that you're not going to drink, but you don't have a
50-year-old man with friends. Holy shit.
Bert's
wow. This is a fantasy game.
It's true.
I could read you for filth about your fantasies that are being fulfilled in this game.
Like what?
Like being a documentarian?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the hot satyr husband. I'd be like, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of what you're able to scrounge up.
So here's what we got.
I look at Bert and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, we've been living with like rations for months.
Yeah.
And now you do the shopping. Very nice.
No,
let's what we got.
Notably, Cerberus had repeated. I guess all the battle trouble was fake.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, hang on. We do need to bring attention to the fact that Cerberus is in character admitting not knowing what lasagna is. Very important. Crucial detail.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that Kirok knows what lasagna is.
That's true.
But like,
I guess they're from space, right?
For a good reason. I don't know if we have lasagna in space.
Do you even eat?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, one of the primary gods of this continent
very true
is an Italian American. I feel like lasagna would be pretty widespread, even if it's not the main dish.
I'll tell you what, I
know what ramen is.
I am going to be on Cerberus's side here, given what I know vis-a-vis him.
Wait, so I do know what lasagna is?
Because of secret Cerberus lore, he doesn't know what lasagna is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the same lore.
True. That's true.
I think Bert you have a very strong argument there for any Oggs that aren't Kirog.
No, that's fair.
I think he tuned out after pizza.
There was definitely a cuisine part of the briefing, like here's this planet and here's their normal cuisine, so you don't look stupid. And
you probably just got hungry and started imagining like food from other places you've been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Bert, as everyone is kind of crowded in the kitchen around this meager feast. The front door opens.
Oh.
And you hear...
Damn, you're not going to have Bert explain lasagna to me?
He's busy.
We'll save it for later.
Here. Okay.
You recognize Magdalena's footsteps. No problem.
Aw.
Give me an insight check.
Wow.
Roll for kiss.
We love foot French representation, even though Jared's not here,
Excellent work.
So much to hate in that sentence. Not good. Not good today. 5.
Yeah. You don't notice anything strange, out of the ordinary, etc. So what does Bert do?
I need to process that for a minute.
Yeah, that's stressful.
That is some delicious dramatic irony, Perry.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know me. I'm going with it. But as Max for a moment,
yes. Max for a moment has to sit in that.
Failed insight check to wife you haven't seen in 6 months. Good God.
Yeah. When you put it like that.
Having an affair.
Oh man, nightmare fuel.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
I have to get new dice out, by the way, too. So we're not. Yeah.
So this does not happen again.
You had a tough time last week, didn't you?
Well, it's I have 4 and 5 there. It's like not.
Yeah.
Going with the black and gold, Yeah. No, Bert's just gonna roll out there. Hey, honey, I'm home. Hello, love you.
What's your armor class?
No.
13.
Oh, you just barely are missed by your wife's chisel swinging through the air as she goes, "Get out of my house!" Bert?
Hey there. Yeah, that's fair.
And just interrupts you with a kiss.
Wow.
Hugs
Oh,
and then pulls away and gives you
I look
a stern.
I look at. Never mind.
I can't wait to hear the explanation on this one.
No, continue.
We
I
all
look
just,
at
like,
Columbo.
come
I
out.
look at Columbo and I'm like, huh, we do that. That's cool.
Oh, we kiss too. Crazy.
Is that what he meant?
What?
Is that what he meant, Kayla?
Oh,
Who's to say?
it's just so.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. She just says, "Oh, and you brought guests. Great. Did you get them
these
food?"
are out. We got lasagna, but that's about
did-
all.
You didn't serve them the lasagna. Oh no.
Well, not serving.
I'm so sorry, folks. I promise we're better in this house.
Wait,
Okay.
sorry, Bert. What? How do you say that?
Lasagna.
You know what? Here, let me make you a fresh one. And she goes into the freezer and pulls out a frozen lasagna and puts it into the oven to start cooking. You didn't look in the freezer. Here.
I was looking for faster, or hungry at the fridge, but
Right. Well, when you're looking with your stomach, you're not going to see.
That's right. I looked with this guy. And she hasn't met Sabatka, right? I think that was perhaps a couple levels into the adventure.
Oh,
I think I
Certainly
started
since
the
you left.
campaign. But
Yes.
yeah, with
you have always had Sabaka, but I think that was definitely he is not the kind of
That's a level
wildlife
3
you would
feature. So
see in around Damaram. I imagine somewhere on your way across the country, you saw this little owl and were like, that's a neat dude. She's like, oh, and wild animals. Great.
No, he's not wild.
Oh, no?
No.
Right. Okay. I see a drop of dookie. Out of
Yes.
This is good.
Oh my god.
Okay, folks. Well,
Is the dragon still like the cart outside?
He's not inside.
this is
Okay.
a you guys question. Okay, Bert was smart enough to not
Yeah.
pull that. Yeah,
Did
so
we
I
just
suppose
immediately
that's
put him in the backyard? I assume.
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that your card out front? We don't have a street permit. You're gonna get towed. I'm getting way too Minnesota.
Yeah.
Claude, you're gonna get towed.
I know. Yeah. I'll talk to him.
Go park at your mom and dad's.
Okay.
And picked up to mom and dad's already.
This is Garrett. This is Cerberus. That's Columbo. That's Finian. That's the nephew.
And as she turns to you
He's
guys,
not.
all of the kind of
That's the nephew.
there is
He's
a scowl and a slouch as she kind of looks at Bert. All of that melts away as she looks at you all.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Damaram. So nice to meet you.
Evening, man.
Kirog,
Thank
you said?
Yeah, thank you so much for hosting us. You're so
Oh,
fun.
absolutely. My pleasure. Listen, did Bert did you remember where the guest pillows are, honey?
He's already halfway out the door. He's like, it's one of the closets. There's.
Okay, so you didn't. I'll get you folks settled in.
We were here for like 5 minutes. This is so unfair.
This is so.
Pardon my husband. He's going to be back. It'll probably take him a half hour or so to walk back from his parents. Not too bad. Your cart's going to be great there. You brought in anything you care about, right?
Well.
Okay, now let's. Okay, dear.
Well.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Okay. This was not my idea. This was.
Well, he
something
was
I did
so
go along
helpful.
with. Though.
I want you to know how helpful your husband was.
Oh no, I took a full part. I'm taking my full responsibility. I just want to know
It would
wasn't my
not.
decision.
It would not have happened without his
That's
leadership
true.
abilities.
He's so
And-
good. He's so good.
We committed some light thievery on a casino boat against a fella here turned out to be a dragon. But there's a new local on the guards on the boat now.
Like how?
There's a new local.
Well, it's like to those two horses. It's not too like to like a person. So you can
It fits in one bag.
You folks, lasagna is going to be ready in just a
True.
minute, Kirog. I hate to do this. You're new to the house, but if you could just take that out. Utensils are in that first drawer on the left there. You guys can dig in, help yourselves. I have to have a word with my husband. Grabs you by the fucking earlobe, Bert,
Oh,
and drags you into the next room.
in trouble now.
You all remaining Cerberus and Kirog are left alone with some.
Do you think he's-
One of them is absolutely like a canned ramen beer.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna like tell her about Christopher in the backyard too? Or
I mean, I hope so. I'll tell you, this is why I never got married, because I would always be in trouble.
that's
So
right.
I would hope that he tells her now.
Right. Yeah. This is why Columbo and I just don't have a house.
That's
it kind of
smart.
adds to the.
That's
Oh yeah, that's why we don't have a house.
Yeah.
Sure, babe.
See, and
Wait.
this is what I'm.
Wait,
talking
is there another reason we don't?
Nope. I can't do this with you. Not right now.
We love our accented from different U.S.
Oh, it's gonna
states.
be a doozy
spouts.
for me.
Oh.
Bert, we cut to you and Magdalena for a while just hugs you.
Wow.
Wow.
really
Everything's fine.
kind of relishes your embrace in a way that can't be done with other people around, even with something so simple as a hug.
Wow.
And she finally lets go.
For the record, we have not painted a visual portrait. She is a half dwarf. She's a beefcake of a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Like twice as wide as Bert.
I love that. She's gonna kick your ass.
I always picture Bert as like skinny old man strong.
He's not even strong.
That's fair. Wow, a carpenter, he's not even.
It's not like a strength profession.
And I think you've also probably at this point gotten to the point where like in
he's not doing
leadership,
too much hands-on.
Yeah.
Again, it's it's a hand-eye and like a intelligent. Yeah.
Yes, I got you. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So she finally lets go, and
he's not a lumberjack.
Yeah, sits you down and says, "Oh, I was worried about you. It's been
I would have been back earlier. I would have written earlier. There was that we were trapped at one point. It's the whole thing, but we could send any work.
Trapped how? You're not getting into. Well, you stole from a dragon. You're getting into trouble. That's a silly question.
Yeah. This one was less our fault though. The trap.
Right. I can't wait to hear all about it. But you're safe. You're okay.
Yeah.
Good. Just right across the face for 1 damage. That's for leaving and not telling me you're going to be gone so long.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know.
Wait, did she not know? How much does she know about like why you left?
This is a good question.
I think he told her. He's like, hey, I took this book, and I think some stuff happened to me, and then I was in sure I was gonna. This is a flashback conversation.
Yep.
He's like, I can shoot beams out of my fingers now. I kind of want to just get out of. I don't want to be shooting beams around here. I don't really know.
You're right. We just paid off the mortgage. You're not shooting beams in my house.
Damn, good for y'all.
It's impressive.
Trying to figure out if I pictured Bert building it, but it is prime real estate, so maybe he might have like just built.
You probably had the land,
bought it, and then it is a completely new house. It is a house of Theseus kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, I would not take that from you. For a bit, like we can retcon that easy.
No. I like the idea of buying a house and then just totally everything.
Yeah.
Like one at a time, just completely.
Yeah. Well, it seems like your who's it's your little finger dinglies developed since you've been gone.
I'm pretty good at them now.
Oh, good. Wow. Makes sense. You stole from a dragon.
And we didn't know he was for the longest time. Well, we knew it. Yeah, no,
right.
We didn't know.
Well, then that makes the stealing okay.
I didn't want to, but
I know you're a good.
I'm also you're knock back the buds.
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna park the cart at your parents' place, and some feller came by a lot few weeks after you left. Short fella, glasses. Kept seeing you were something about chosen. Anyways, left these boxes for you. Said if you give you get one person to kind of take a box, they get a couple people to take a box. And you look over in the corner, you see just a tower of goo branded things for you to be distributing.
Yeah.
Stop coming by.
I should have had everybody listen to that first stream. I'm sorry, guys. I've regretted that for months.
It's on YouTube.
That's true.
You could.
So fucking Bert got set up in a fucking MLM. Is that one?
Have you?
This is your thing to tell, Bert. Yeah, how much do you want to?
Yeah, I'll tell the players at this point.
You can tell player. Yeah.
Which is that first dream I had where we had dreams a couple. I think this was that when I was in Boston and like Jared had to go to his own room.
We were in Jared's apartment.
Anyway, my dream was like, you've been selected by the goo, blah 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 blah. Select and anyway, like the followers of my patron on Earth have manifested a cult that's an MLM based around this Cthulhu-like being that they really, really want me to be a power member of.
Wow. Neat.
And I sort of know this. I gather what she's talking about. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I kind of have got the gist of it at this point.
There's some cards that have been left for you, should you wish to follow up. Well, your friends aren't gonna want to stay here for long. I'll tell you what. I'll call my ma and pa. They got a friend who's a realtor. You're probably sitting on a lot of cash from that dragon, huh?
Yes, are we? I forgot even what we had.
Oh yeah,
I think cash.
We have 15,000 gold pieces, and then
we haven't had a full group of people to talk about what we've gotten. So
and then we have a bunch of items, but in cash we have 15,000.
Also, is Magdalena saying, "Hey, let's money launder"? Is she giving me? Is she about to Skylar this shit?
Yeah.
Car wash.
You guys are being Ozark. Dang.
I was about to say, tell Dean.
Ozark.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Dean's been
It was
watching Ozark.
It was from a casino, so probably pretty usable here.
He's doing Ozark. He's naked. He's doing Ozark.
Nobody. Listen, we'll say here's what it is. Pick which one of your buddies can lie best.
Probably Finian, right?
You
I would say
know.
Dorian, probably.
Oh, that's
The
probably
bard?
true.
That's all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, that
Finian perhaps most likely to lie.
Yes,
Dorian
most likely to lie. Perhaps
most
not
likely
most
to
effective.
successfully.
Yes. Anyways, they're rich now, right? Dead uncle, something of that nature. Dead pops.
We do have an uncle nephew duo.
No.
I
I've been
I thought
listening
those
at the
two
door.
fellas looked up.
Mhm.
If you
I've
want to
been
make,
listening
if
at
either
the
of you want to
door.
make perception checks to see if you can hear this conversation,
Hell yeah.
feel free.
I've been trying to look this whole time.
11.
Four.
Did I
Cerberus,
forget to say Dorian, or did I say Dorian when I was introducing people inside? If I
You
forgot,
probably
I
said.
apologize.
I imagine you introduced everybody.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Kirog?
14.
You get bits and pieces, but not the whole thing. I think you start to miss out, unfortunately, here when it gets to the talk about the horde. You do, I will say, still get you because your ears are kind of sensitive to the uncle nephew thing. You catch that, but then once again, things kind of fade away. Cerberus, I think all you get is tone, so you know Bert's not getting reamed out in there, but you're not picking up on words or topics.
That's fine.
Right, they're rich now. They're gonna buy you guys a place. So, all right. Yeah, I mean they can sleep here while you guys find somewhere. Let's I'm glad you're back. Bed's been
Wow.
too big.
Oh,
My
that's a
old,
really
without
cute
my
thing
old
to say.
birdie bear.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
no.
Have to write that one down so I remember it.
Yeah.
And
don't forget that.
with that, she lets you go to go visit your parents. Park the car, come back.
Oh, but before Bert goes, I ask him, I'm like, did you tell her about the Christopher in the backyard?
We walk in and then
Is there a goddamn dragon in my backyard?
Once again, I tell you, this is why I never got married.
good one there, Jake. Yeah, that was nice little bow.
And as you guys kind of split for a little while, having dinner or having, a quiet
Also,
drive.
hold on. Actually, before I go to park the thing, do we want to unload the whole cart into the house before we move it?
Oh, probably.
We definitely shouldn't leave the horde just like around, especially if
Yeah.
it fits
Yeah.
in a bag of holding.
Because like Bert's got some safe sealed closet like
yeah, we have a bag of
shit.
holding.
Yeah.
So, like we can just.
I imagine, Bert, you kind of have like practice new techniques or like little hidey holes, etc. Just throughout your house. And to varying levels of success, which is how it has such become the House of Theseus, wherein a project has gone poorly and you've been like, well, we just got to start over. So yes, I will say there is a place you can stash the horde for now.
Yeah. Also, while we're doing so, I cast Major Image to like make it just look like the cart is empty on the street while we're all going in and out and taking it, so no one's watching us.
Wow.
Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. Good use of a spell. Oh, ooh! I love a social use of a spell. Ha!
I'm like, I don't want the whole. There's eyes.
Oh yeah, like especially in this kind of neighborhood.
Especially like, hey, no one's been to this house in months, and Bert's kind of a notable guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
The HOA is everywhere, unfortunately. I think the HOA is not an official sort of governing body here. It's just a bunch of people who were like forced to retire from their unions because nobody was a huge fan of the way they did things, scrambling for power. So pretty easy to ignore. But yes. Anything else before we head into our break? Okay. We are going to hop into our break. We will be back at, we'll keep it short. Let's say 8:20 today, since there's a few of us here. For those of you here in the Gridge Google Drive, there is a sheets called housing costs. If you want to begin to peruse that, you may, but we will also be reviewing it on the stream together as we get into the choices, rooms, expansions, etc. available to you for your new hangout.
This is fucking sick as hell.
So, thank you all for watching. We will be back in a bit. All right. This is tricky now because I've switched up my screens. So you guys are over here because I have this screen vertical, but I wanted to put the slides on the horizontal one so that hopefully it works when I do this.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right. Let's crank that up a little more.
Budgeting.
There, and now everyone can see.
Perry is letting me experience the spreadsheet while I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. Wow.
Max having the time of your life over here.
I was going to say, man, you do really love me. You really are my wife. That sentence doesn't make sense. I was also on to say, but you get
that was I love the gentle stumble to the end of it as you kind of realize, it's not what I wanted to say.
When your friend does something good, they're your wife.
That's my wife.
My wife.
Ah.
So, I think we'll kind of glance over. If you guys want to role play, we can. But basically, Magdalena reaches out to her parents to connect you guys with a family friend, Becky Holmes Eller, who is going to.
Are you fucking with us?
Help you find a house. So, there are a couple things to go about here. So basically what it is there are a couple different sizes of building that come with, as you can see, a number of bedrooms as well as additional rooms. These additional rooms can be used for these add-ons over here. So you can add an animal pen and gain certain benefits, an arcanist study, a battle room, a chapel, etc., etc.
Get a fucking chapel.
Yep. I will say certain of these buildings come with a benefit cooked in. So like the cathedral has a chapel. The library has a library. The tower has a ritual circle. The factory has a workman's bench, whatever it is that it says. And the firehouse has
Fire.
I think a dining hall, probably.
Firehouse?
Yeah, the firemen had to eat somewhere.
Does it have like a pole we could slide down?
Oh yeah. Oh, for
Okay.
sure. So the firehouses and the banks, it was pretty quickly decommissioned because they realized they didn't need a firehouse when all of the buildings are stone.
That's true.
Something to note, the library and factory are only on a 1-year lease because they are towards the edge of the canal. And after a year, they will have to be torn down before they, are kind of pushed off into the canal. So they are a little bit less expensive because of that. As mentioned, they kind of come with an added benefit and a few other things. Also, just the vibes are going to be different there. But you can purchase any of these sort of pre-existing structures, or and these have kind of an assigned location throughout town, or just a sorry, the refrigerant is catching up to me. House of any size in either part of town. In the add-ons, anything you don't choose today, you can still add on at a later date if the house has rooms for it. However, that will take time. So the way I picture it is you would kind of pick, before or after an adventure, a room to create, or an effect to add is at the bottom. There are some magical effects you can include. And while you're off on the adventure, the work will be completed. You come back to your house, it's done. So it will not be an instantaneous thing, but I'm not going to hold it to a set like, oh, this many days. That's not really how our game works. For any house that is not in the slope or in the banks, you can add an additional floor, which will double the number of extra rooms at half the price of the building. So as you guys kind of look around here, I'll give you just kind of a rundown of the unique buildings and sort of their kind of vibe. So starting with the cathedral, this is out in the slopes, and it used to be home to a doomsday cult. However, their doomsday has come and gone without any doom. As such, they have kind of fallen apart, and the property has gone up for grabs. This lovely location has 2 bedrooms fashioned from the cloisters, as well as 4 additional rooms that you can adjust to either be more bedrooms, which I will allow for free, or one of these benefit adding rooms, which will increase the cost of the building. Now, at the outset here, although they will increase the cost of your house, they are like with the house, if that makes sense. We're playing a bit fast and loose. So you guys get to pick what this house will have, but in game, it's already there when like you get there. Does that make sense? So it's almost more the players get to pick how the house is built, and then your characters arrive at this house how you want it.
Nice.
The firehouse, as I kind of alluded to already, was built and then very quickly kind of realized, oh, we don't need a firehouse inside of a stone mountain without any wood structures around. Fires aren't necessarily the danger. The library has just been kind of decommissioned because it is approaching the edge of the canal and is going to be slated for destruction fairly soon. But an enterprising realtor kind of swooped in, was like, wait, we can get a little bit more time out of this and a little bit more profit. The factory, likewise, was built. I think it manufactured some sort of mundane good, maybe like cart axles or something. But it has been kind of gentrified into not exactly lofts, but like that is the vibe. You know, the windows are redone. It is painted black everywhere, very industrial sort of feeling there. And then there is the tower. Bert, this is a piece of landscape you are familiar with, although you couldn't have told anyone what it did, who lived there, what it is for. It is simply a tall, wizard-ass looking tower on the side of the mountain. So I'm going to kind of turn it over to you guys. If you have any questions right off the bat for me, feel free to ask. Otherwise, go ahead and talk amongst yourselves and see what kind of house you want.
This fucks so hard. I love real estate investment in games.
Stop.
Jesus.
You guys keep saying you want a house, and I'm like, the Grando was fun, but like we're getting it earlier, and I kind of want to use it a little bit more. Like I said, I think this is going to be kind of a base of operations. You're going to go out on an adventure, come back here. Yeah. So want to give you some more agency in it. Want to maybe give it some more utility flavor. And the more I think invested you guys are in its creation, the more invested you will be in telling stories within it.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we should try to get like as many additional rooms.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
My first question was: do we know how much money? How much money are we sitting on again?
So I'm pretty sure we got 15,000 gold pieces from the horde.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then whatever you have in your pockets. Which compared to how much all this costs is like $50.
Yeah, we start putting in buttons with the
Yep.
So am I right, Perry, that we got 15,000?
Yes.
And then we have a bunch of like items. So I guess if we wanted to like sell anything.
You could sell things.
I mean,
What have I walked into?
You're buying a house.
We're doing real estate investment.
Interesting. Are we picking the
Oh,
house?
wow. Kisses. What? There's echo.
there's like an echo.
Yeah, Jared here.
I'm gonna mute him while he gets headphones.
Is
so
that
we can,
pronounced
keep talking.
piss?
Peace.
Pies.
Peace.
Jared, to catch you
Is
up,
it better?
catch you up a little bit. Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Nope.
Wait. Interesting. I would. Yeah.
Oh, now it's better. Okay, yeah, there we
Well,
go.
he muted himself.
It's because he's muted.
Oh.
He's gone.
Okay.
What else for Jared today?
Tough stuff. We'll give him a moment there. Okay. Yes,
this better?
that is better. Yes. Thank you.
We could buy a reverse gravity room. Holy shit.
So basically, Jared, looking at this Google document, which is in the shared drive, you can buy a house in either part of town. The price is affected by that. And then there are these 5 unique buildings, which come with one of the benefit rooms on the other tab already cooked in. And with whatever remaining budget you have, you can fill in any additional rooms with benefits.
What did the firehouse have?
I'll write him out.
Okay.
A slide? Oh, it's I think.
What
Well, it also has like a pole.
It's that is a strong argument in favor of it.
what's the mortgage economy like in this place? What are the
We have
rates?
cash. We have 15K
They're actually
cash.
really high because the Fantasy Fed is trying to combat inflation by changing interest rates and not regulating prices.
Damn.
Interesting.
Damn.
Right?
What a scathing critique.
Chill.
I hate it here. I'm not happy.
Let's buy all of them.
We also
We
met
only
Bert's
have-
wife.
We have $15,000. Oh yeah, Bert's wife fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max,
Yeah, the
did that
wife.
sort of fit the vibe that you were picturing?
It worked. Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Jared, we had a classic moment of we heard her walk in and Perry made me roll an insight check as to her state of mind after she sees her husband for 6 months. And I rolled a 4.
You did beef it
It's
pretty
good.
bad.
Classic
He also-
husband behavior.
You did miss the rolling a 4 on the survival check to see what was in the fridge. So coming up with old leftover lasagna and all those weird beers that people bring over that just kind of get left in your fridge and never get drank.
Yeah, I remember how we had like 17 IPAs for like
Yeah.
6 weeks straight.
It was
That was tough.
You guys
So-
are troopers.
Thank you. I'm really brave.
But yeah, so how are we feeling, folks? I think Max had some strong leanings towards the tower, at least in the vibes department.
Tower and firehouse are strong.
Yeah.
I just want to have a good amount of extra rooms so we have
Right.
like room to grow, you know, for when we all have our baby together.
Like,
Isn't that Christopher?
Yeah, that's
That's
fair.
true.
We definitely need space for Christopher.
How many
So
orphans can I fit in the factory?
I would say a good
Orphan
2 dozen easy, 3 dozen if you're really trying to wring the efficiency out of them.
Okay.
Not
Because
I
still
love that.
do. I still do want to. I want to make more orphans.
Now hang on.
This was a
Orphan
thing.
factory.
This was a thing months ago. I was like, "Hey
Oh,
Perry,
yes.
I want Finian to just make more orphans." Like, no one ever says that's their goal.
You're right. You're right.
Wow.
Everyone's like, "I want to reduce the amount of orphans."
Yeah,
Yeah. I want to short the orphan economy.
Fuck. Okay. First note in my brand new notebook. Finian, I want to short the orphan economy.
I'm sad
Why?
because of Jared.
Would an orphan help?
Shut up.
Blunkus be like,
I already own 2 orphans.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the cats?
Yeah.
They came directly from your body.
Yeah, you're right. I gave birth.
Wow.
and Kayla, was it a traditional birth or was it more of a Zeus and Athena type thing? with you?
Jesus.
You'd like to know that, wouldn't you?
Whoa. Okay.
They both started as skin tags. They got really, really big. And then just
So a Dionysus sort of a deal instead.
boom, clap
Thank
the
you,
sound
Max.
of my
Thank you,
cat.
Wow.
I think the refrigerant is getting to Jared a bit too
So
much.
Kayla is so
I
Kayla
was
has
okay. I,
suggested that you guys get. No, go ahead, Jared.
well, that's why I had to like take a moment. Was because I was like, so it's not that bad. It's probably like propane or butane.
No, I have a headache for sure.
Right, but it's like it's not that dangerous. But
My
I
nose
got
was-
like
In the refrigerant.
right because I was getting around in there like trying to figure out like where the hole was and everything, and then like I kept smelling my
do.
hands. I was like, oh, it smells kind of good, and then I was like, oh,
Jared!
this is not good. So I was like straight up like
Jesus Christ.
like gnocchi when there's food in the kitchen, that kind of face, and then I was like, oh shit, this isn't good. So I had to lay down for a little bit.
We
Yeah.
did open the window and we're airing it out, so we'll be fine.
Well, I mean,
no,
I took.
no one light a match down there though, because it's very fun.
I already lit my lighter to get it out of here.
What?
Yeah. I just waved my lighter around.
Max and
But we're
Jake,
good.
do y'all have any rooms open at your house? Since
The
we're
fridge-
sticking
the
with
fridge.
housing options.
The fridge is outside. We're good.
You're so lucky Dean is leaving tomorrow,
Why?
because he would have handed you your booty hole.
About what?
Lighting a match in the house. Flammable
In my
air.
room.
Okay. It's not
If
like
his
that's
room
directly
blows up, it would not
below-
affect the other rooms.
Yeah.
That's just his decision.
Definitely not the room right above his.
Right. No. That's not how it works.
Yes.
Jared's room blows up and like the above room is like Minecraft just kind of sitting there with Jared's room is a bunch of little blocks floating on the
I would like to clarify. It would not explode. I was trying to get rid of the smell.
Mhm,
I knew what I was doing. I'm not that much of an idiot.
mhm. Anyway,
Do we have what of the additional rooms would be like? Let's look at what additional rooms we want
That's a
first
good
to see like if there's only like 2 that are really jumping out at us that we don't need to like
That's
bring to the large
well,
house.
we
Let's
definitely,
crank this.
I think, need the animal pen and or the horse room. What is it called? The stables.
Horse room.
The horse
Pen and stables. We have.
Well, so but if we had the animal pen, would we need the stables for our horses?
I
Especially
mean,
if they're not real horses.
Yeah, it would depend on how. I mean, how much do you trust Christopher?
What do,
That's a
what do you
Jake
mean?
question.
with my life.
But they're not real horses.
But
Christopher can't eat a ghost horse.
It's a skeleton horse. It's very physical. It's edible.
We
I
have
think Christopher
mossy skeleton horses, Jared.
I mean, are we gonna need like these horses again?
Probably. I don't think Perry would have given us unlimited horse if we didn't need them again.
Yeah.
Can
that's
we
probably-
take
I don't
the skeleton horses apart?
Can we turn them back into an acorn and then
Make
Like,
okay. It was a wooden horseshoe. First
a wooden horseshoe? Sorry.
like, could we take them apart, fold them up, put them in a closet? till we
Here's
need a
okay.
horse
Okay.
again?
Make me Arcana checks, the two of you.
Well, that's not good. 8.
You're you have no fucking clue.
That's fair.
How many orphans will a single horse feed?
Shut up.
9.
These will
Feed
not
a
orphans,
9?
but, not orphans, but like
on the die.
It's made of
Yeah.
moss. I don't know. That would be great.
Yeah. I mean, not immediately can you disassemble these horses. I'll let you maybe poke around at them again a few times, but your gut is going with no. We have these are the horses we have. We cannot disassemble them nor get more.
you're telling me there's not like a disassemble horse spell.
As you guys have learned, horses are not exactly a renewable resource across this
Do we
campaign.
really think Christopher's gonna try to eat these horses, though?
renewable resource.
Really good, Jared. Jared, you
Could-
would get this. $1 million idea that Max and I collabed on. We're gonna get fucking rich. T-shirt that says in the Barbie font, "Sheedonism." Right? Yeah. Kale is still not.
Yeah,
a
I'm
fan.
here for it. I'm here for it. I don't know about Barbie font
Okay. Okay. We can
because I
workshop
feel like
that
that's
bit.
not Barbie's vibe.
Very fair.
But I feel like in Comic Sans,
Fuck.
that would be very good. Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
know.
then,
I
like,
think it
the
needs to be
little-
a girl bossy font.
The little Venus symbol for the O. That could be a
Big.
lifestyle brand right there.
That's what I said.
That's what Bert. That's what Max was saying. Was this is our. This is
Did you
our
say that's
breakout.
what Bert said?
Yeah.
He
Listen,
did. They did. It's
I'm
about
clicked
me.
in.
They
Okay.
confused myself with the.
I look at the screen. It says Bert. It says
I too
that's the little
struggle
guy.
to separate Max from his D&D characters.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So I put this table as yellow for the sake of right now. We're gonna.
Okay.
It seems like it will be the first room to go, if need be. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah.
it come with any
if-
horses?
We have. Oh my god.
No. No.
That's a fair question.
I understand. We have our own horses. But I want to know, like, do we get more horses? Like perhaps a natural horse? An organic one?
a real,
An
organic
actual horse.
Yeah.
A
A
non-skeletal
living
one.
horse. Although, Jared, I think you're glancing past the advantages I didn't realize I had given you with undead horses, in that they do not need food, water, or sleep. Anyways, other rooms you guys are interested in.
Could I live inside the undead horse?
Yeah, probably
Like in the rib cage, yeah. I feel
up
like
in there.
Yeah. All right.
I thought alarm seemed promising.
Okay. Alarm. We're curious.
Because
So
having-
alarm, I will say,
Does it not take up a room?
can be so these ones down here can be applied to a room. They will not consume that room.
Upside
Some
down
things-
horses.
Obviously wouldn't stack. Like I wouldn't necessarily put an anti-magic field with the ritual circle. But these effects, I'll outline them for you.
Hell
Are
yeah,
not
I love
horses.
rooms. These are effects you can apply to a room.
I love having Beauty and the Beast room.
That's Jared. When I was looking into this and I came across this one, my notes literally just say Beauty and the Beast room.
I like the anti-magic field one. That could potentially be useful if we have someone like tracking us down. Just thinking in the future.
Jared, the thing I did note is that if you have additional rooms left over after you've like run out of budget, you can fill them later. It just won't be instantaneous. It'll be like you have to go on an adventure, and while you're away, the work is done in the house, and when you come back, that room is set that way. I think these magical effects are going to probably be faster to do, but anything up here, like really specializing a room, will be.
Is there any conceivable benefit to having an anti-gravity room?
It could be fun. It could be really fun.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, if you are designing like a stronghold kind of a thing, or doing that thing that very powerful D&D parties get into, wherein they inadvertently just create a dungeon, a reverse gravity room could be fun.
I feel like either the dining hall or the war room would be good.
I was kind of vibing with the war room a little bit.
Yeah, some type of benefit to when we leave.
Yeah.
Right, because how often are we going to be in here? But that one's helpful out of here, right?
Yeah.
Because most of these rooms, I feel like, it's like you get the benefit when we're in the house.
Yeah.
I don't see myself using a lot of these, like in the house ones. But I don't know, like Max, if like the workshops or none of us are particularly religious, I feel like.
Which is so funny because you're a paladin.
Yeah, but like, kind of,
No, absolutely. I the way we have flavored it is not like
religious.
a chapel would not do the vibe. Yeah,
right.
I gotcha. I will, I think, speak up on Reese's behalf, and they may correct me when we're back. But I feel like they would probably push for a theater because that's fun.
That could be fun.
And also very much Dorian's vibe. But also,
at that point, if we get a theater, then we have to spend the whole next adventure maneuvering everything in order for the theater to be advantageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like have to do a Hamlet kind of a thing.
I was going to say you have to Hamlet something.
Or like we're inviting the mayor and the council into here in order to trick them into
Right.
That's a good point, though. Would any of these rooms give us advantage if we're having people over?
Like enemies, or like
enemies, or like people we're trying to sway, especially if like lovers, especially if like our next arc is going to be a lot of like political stuff. Then like if we're becoming like society people in Damaram, like
yeah. That could be fun. I just like the concept of theater. I think it could be funny.
Right? Goofy. I will also say, like, disguise kit could be helpful for out of the house.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways. All right, seems like you guys have a pretty...
So there's 4 rooms we're kind of like, yeah,
so the animal pen for sure, the dining hall, the war room. I think the theater you guys were kind of yellow on.
Yeah.
And then yes, two enchantments here. I'll get this one the right color.
So how many extra rooms are we running?
You have 3 extra green rooms.
But one of those is the dining hall.
Right, and if we have a firehouse.
Which is included in the firehouse.
True.
and we get a pole.
Do we want to swap back to this other screen and kind of discuss houses and rooms? Yeah. So let's crank it up a little bit because we don't have to be reading things. So right now we're looking at the firehouse. 3 bedrooms, 3 additional rooms on top of the dining hall. So you guys could do that and have everything you want. I will say the firehouse is also going to have any of these places would have pretty easy space for the cart, but the firehouse definitely has like that kind of garage room.
Right. Does Bert need a room?
Really
I don't think Bert. That's also another thing. Bert doesn't really need a room.
Right.
Yeah. This is more like everyone else needs a place to vibe.
So we got me and Columbo. We got Kirog and the nephew in the same room. We got Dorian.
Stop my nephew! He's definitely sleeping in the animal pen when he gets in trouble.
Damn!
Always.
There's probably like some ratty old couch that like was donated when it was a firehouse and then just kind of left there.
They rescued it from like a place that burned and it's like half burned.
Yeah.
From what I know about firehouses, there's a lot of just like chairs and couches in the garage because in the firehouses here, all of the firefighters just open the doors and they like sit there in a circle and talk to the people walking by.
Is there an old fire wagon in there? Maybe he could sleep in there.
He can sleep in our wagon.
Because you guys have a wagon.
Yeah, but I don't want him sleeping in our wagon.
God.
What if we need the wagon in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
If there's this big garage, could the horses not stay in the garage with the cart, and then Christopher could live in the animal pen?
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
Would the horses be like okay there?
I mean, they don't have to eat, sleep.
I guess they don't need anything.
Yeah,
they don't sleep.
Right, you literally just need like you could put them in a closet and they'd be like chilling.
Okay, I feel like Firehouse is good then.
I'm loving Firehouse.
Sure.
I like Firehouse.
Okay, so Firehouse is going to leave you with, I believe.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get that math. Oh,
just making sure. So you have $8,500 left to spend.
Also, Jared, this is partly because we're money laundering. This is half.
You are money laundering.
We're slightly money laundering because we have a bunch of stolen casino dragon money.
Okay, so we can afford our 3 extra rooms and have $1,000 left. So we could get.
Did everyone see Jared's
and the alarm,
comment?
And then we're
making sure protecting my homie. Jared said 8,500 Arizona teas.
Well, not quite anymore. Aren't they $1.29 now?
Jesus Christ, Joe Biden is destroying this country.
Very good, Jake. All right,
you know the rest.
We are going with an animal pen. The dining hall is built in, so that's 0. The war room.
Oh wait, I forgot. We don't have to buy 3.
And then the theater. So those are your 3 rooms filled. So, that is fine. So you do have 1,000 left. Do you want to alarm anything?
I think it makes sense to alarm the entrance.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
We can afford 141,500 crickets off Amazon.
Huh. Well,
so true about America. You can still buy a hell of a lot of mice for $10 or what the Earth Development line is.
Hell yeah. Let's have a mouse room where it's just wall-to-wall mouse.
All right. So you guys have bought.
Are we sure we want to spend all of our money?
Well, we still have like our pocket change.
I mean, what else did we ever buy in a D&D campaign? Like,
But because
I'm
we
just-
also just got all these magic items, so it's not like we need magic item.
And as Kayla mentioned, you can, if you decide you guys don't want any of those magical items, sell them for a profit.
All right, just so we're
That
clear,
is
the
our
Arrested
dice.
Development quote I was going for was, say what you want about America, $13 still gets you a hell of a lot of mice.
Very good.
Kitty.
What's she doing up there?
What's that one about just tossing leftovers in a bucket? That's a stew.
Throw a bone in there, you got a stew going.
Thank you. Thank you, Max.
Carl Weathers.
Always have my back. So,
This is
You guys-
Katana. She's got my back. I advise not getting killed by her.
Her sword traps the soul of its victim.
That's right.
well then, you have all successfully purchased from Becky Holmes Eller a decommissioned firehouse in the Banks neighborhood of town. So let's
Wow.
switch back to this. So you guys are somewhere in this blue portion. I would imagine it's close enough, I think, to the inroads tunnel that Bert lives near, so that it is
Probably
not
closest to the
inconvenient.
water, right? But also the main road.
It's about halfway between. This is one of the ones that is not a short-term lease in the
I
Banks.
meant, like, so they could get water to fill buckets. I don't actually know what the system is now. Ignore what I said.
It was more they employed a lot of, they recruited some water genasi and sort of clerics, a lot of create and destroy water kind of stuff. Wands of create and destroy water, etc. So, you guys have bought a home, spent all your money.
Wow.
How does it feel as you guys kind of settle in?
It hurts.
Why is that?
We spent all our money.
Oh.
Yeah,
I guess
but who needs?
I love buying real estate. I don't want to spend every
Yeah.
single penny we gain.
When you fall perfectly into my trap of, oops, I gave you too much money.
no, it's fine. We are.
I don't think
deferred
any
still.
of us are even proficient in cooking.
Ah, beans. Do you have to have a cooking proficiency?
Well, it says you can spend a few hours in the dining hall before you leave. If you have proficiency in cook's utensils, every person who attends gains an inspiration die. If you have expertise in cook's utensils, this increases to 1d6. That doesn't make any sense.
Um,
That doesn't
Jake.
even make sense. The
Mhm.
right way.
is Columbo a good cook?
Oh yeah.
Columbo has proficiency with cooking utensils.
yeah.
And will cook you guys dinner before you leave.
Fuck yeah.
What's also great is that there's now a place for Columbo
Columbo
and
to
Percy
live.
and Christopher to fucking hang out, so I don't have to be a
Yeah,
trillion
does
people.
Christopher like his animal pen?
Yeah.
Is it sad or is it a good one?
Is it
strangely-
sad?
No, so this is actually way back at the beginning of the adventure. You guys found Christopher in a cave
Yeah.
underground.
Oh yeah.
This is very akin to what he was used to, and we can play a little bit fast and loose. Maybe it takes you guys a little while, but you did spend money on this animal pen, so I will say it is catered to him.
Mm.
Nice.
What a good
There are
little
some
guy.
enrichment toys, some gemstones around, a big old like water pool, like kiddie pool kind of thing, etc.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Christopher.
Very classic.
Okay, so who's gonna build this house in Minecraft so we can all see it?
I am gonna see what I can. I don't know if I'll sketch it out or if I'll try and find like a map making tool. I think ideally
The
I want.
Sims? Let's get on the Sims.
I was gonna say the Sims would be good. I want to try and find like something isometric, just because that's more visually appealing, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a battle map, where I think top down is a bit more efficient. So that is a project I intend to work on. I spared myself the work of making all of these beforehand when you only have to do one.
Fair.
So fingers crossed I have time to create that for you guys. But I think that pretty well brings us to, the end of our first big events in Damaram. Bert is reunited with his family. The rest of you have a place to kind of settle in.
Bert, what are your parents' names?
I don't know.
Fuck, hang on,
We'll
let me
get
get to my fucking.
I think we ended up not. I guess we just parked the cart there overnight and then immediately
Fair.
bought the thing.
Yeah,
that
like
day, right?
did you even go and say hi, or did you just kind of park it there?
Well, I'll assume I said hi.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like pulling those right now. We'll get there.
Yeah. Actually, one last thing before we check out here. Finny, what is one rumor that you have heard about Damaram? He didn't hear me. Jared.
He is not. He's not here.
Sorry.
I asked everyone else, so I'm going to ask you in turn. What is a rumor you have heard about Damaram?
Everyone's rude.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you said, "Oh, Bert's from there." You know what makes sense?
It's funny. Okay, thank you for that, and thank you all for having joined us. That is going to do it for today. We will pick up in 2 weeks. Have a good night.